Michael Monroe played at Peabody's Down Under, and I had a chance to talk to him. He was hanging out in the WMMS studios earlier this week, and here's that conversation on MMS. It's good to have you back in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's great to be here again, too.
Yeah, so how are things going? You've got a new album, right?
Yeah.
And what have you been doing up until this point?
Well, I've been trying to I've been getting my life together as basically getting used to the idea of being a solo artist, which I never wanted to be, really. I wanted to be in a rock band, I moved to New York. I did an album. I moved out of London because I wanted to get away from the past associations and make a new start, kind of, because I had to, start all over again after Hannah split. And I went, moved to New York. Actually, I met Little Steven in London that summer, '85, and after the band had split up and stuff, and we became good friends. He actually came over to produce Steve Bader's Lots of New Church single. And then later that summer he invited me to do the Sun City thing, sing some backup vocals, and then later in November we came over to the video in New York, and that's when I decided to move over there. Steven's been a real good friend, real supportive of my solo career since then. And in the following year I did some, I had a band. We played a tour in Finland a couple of weeks, and I split the band up right afterwards because the guy's heads got too big. He couldn't fit in the rehearsal room anymore.
Oh, no.
Then I did this album, '87, Little Nights Are So Long, which is like a little, I had a deal with the Finnish, I got a small deal with a Finnish label. Well, a small Finnish label with I guess it was a big deal for them when I got like $30,000 to do this record in New York, and most people don't make a single for that amount of money, so I just had to do something, and it was mostly cover tunes to my old favorite songs. I had 3 of my own songs on the album only because I was getting screwed in the publishing deal and I knew it. So, and I was going to use part of that album. I call it like an international demo because it helped me get the deal with Polygram, It was only released in Japan and in Finland and Scandinavia. And it was okay considering the circumstances, but anyway, it helped me to get the deal. So I got signed to Polygram at the end of that year, and then it took me another year before I got into the studio. So there was all kinds of legal hassles and setbacks. I was going to use part of the old album, my own songs, and I couldn't anymore because the Finnish record label started demanding all these hundreds of thousands of dollars, and saying, oh, no, he's making it big time, right? I could hardly, get food on my table, It's been hard, it's been a lot of setbacks and frustrations and stuff, but I think when I finally got into the studio to make Fakin It and finish it, we did it in 2 months.
Oh, really?
The whole thing, including mixing. I think it comes out, all those setbacks and frustrations come out in the right way, it's not self-indulgent, but sort of, it's a lot of energy, and it's the result of all these years, whatever, really, I found a way to channel my energies into writing. I started writing songs because I was going nuts for a while because I couldn't go on tour. But I started writing songs, and actually, it's the first time I'm writing all my lyrics myself. It's with Hanoi. Andy McCoy used to write all the songs. So we did that. Actually, I did not Fakin It, and that's, I didn't choose the time to come back. It just happened this way,
Sometimes that's better, huh?
Yeah, and I've had time to think of what I really want to do as a solo artist, and, I'm a rocker. Straightforward rock and roll is more like, it's a little different from Hanoi's stuff, because Hanoi had more parts in the songs, and there's all kinds of different stuff, which is cool.
Well, didn't some other people help you out on the new album?
Yeah.
Besides Little Steven?
Well, Little Steven mainly. We did half the production over at his house,
Yeah.
Well, we arranged like most of the songs together, and we wrote a couple together. That Jello Rock and Roll and Smokescreen. And Steven wrote this one song for me, While You Were Looking at Me, which is one of my favorites. It's got great lyrics. And Ian Hunter, Ian Hunter he just plays piano, and She's No Angel.
And Kenny Aronson.
Kenny Aronson, yep. Kenny Aronson plays bass.
And your guitar
Everybody
player.
knows Kenny Aronson, of course, right? And the guitar player Phil Grandy, who's playing with Joe Cocker now. He played on Joe Cocker's last couple of albums. And
he does the solo part in When the Night Comes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
He's a great guitarist. And Nasty Suicide, actually, he helped out with getting that sound on those rockers, like that Jello Rock and Roll and She's No Angel, and While You're Looking at Me. He plays rhythm guitar. And he's got that edge, you know, that really adds to the... It helps get that live feel, because I didn't want to overproduce this album. I wanted it to be a straightforward rock album, you know, all killers, no fillers, and have the live feel and still the rough edge there. Mm-hmm. So Nasty's rhythm guitarist, like he's like that, you know. Nobody plays like him, you know. Mm-hmm. He's, you know, Phil Grant is unbelievable guitar player, it's great, but his timing is so impeccable that Nasty was good to use him to trash it up a little, so make it like, you know, more rock and roll. And Michael Fondelli, the producer, he understood. We connected good, and he understood what I wanted to do, and it worked out real good. I think he did a great job, you know.
Well, do you ever see any of the old members of Hanoi Rocks? Do you ever see them around?
Yeah, I see Sammy. I've seen it. Sammy and Nasty I've met. I saw Nasty just when we were in Finland doing some press. I did a little PR tour, promotional tour in Europe, and I went to Finland too. Germany and England and Sweden. In Finland I met Nasty. We were hanging together. He's doing good.
Is he in a band?
He's got his own band, Cheap and Nasty.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting to get something together in London. But and Sammy's in Jetboy, the band Jetboy. They're just working on a new album.
So at the time that Hanoi Rocks was, you know, really starting to make it big, like when was that? Was that
84.
84.
We started like 1979, 80.
So this was pre-Guns N' Roses,
No, way before then.
Pre-Motley Crue, everything, and they...
No, Motley Crue was around. I think they started around like a few months after we started. But, you know, they're like heavy metal band, you know. We weren't really a heavy metal band. We were a rock band, you know. And I don't know. I mean, you know, this is 84 when Razzle died. It was around this time. Like, it was kind of freaky because we played the Peabody's where we were going to play tonight. And I was so glad that ended up being the last gig that Hanoi Rocks ever did. So it's funny. It's around the same time of year. It was like...
Be a lot of adrenaline going on.
Yeah, it was a weird gig too, I remember, because I had my ankle broken. And I broke my ankle in Syracuse, and we did Toronto and Chicago. Chicago was Razzle's birthday. It was the 2nd of December. And that was a week before he died.
Yeah. Well, do you... Well, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's it.
I was going to ask you, do you foresee, or would you like to see your current band take the road that Hanoi Rocks was on the way to, that same type of music, or do you find yourself in the same genre?
When Hanoi was, it was honest, simple, you know, real rock and roll. I mean, it's no gimmicks. You're not trying to be anything. I mean, the sloppiness and all that, it was part of it, you know. This band is more like my band. I mean, I can see that this, but it is not going to be like Hanoi Rocks, because Hanoi Rocks is a band you can't recreate.
Yeah.
So Hanoi was a thing in itself. I'm happy with my new band. I think they're great. They're great players and nice guys, and they're real good. And I think it's working well. There's a good energy there.
Yeah.
And it's working. I can't really compare it with Hanoi Rocks because I'm solo now, you know.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's different, but it's you know, straightforward, you know, kick-ass rock and roll, and it's really... you mean successful vibes?
Or the same, you know, the same, I don't know if I want to say the hardness of it all, or, you know.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a tough band, you know.
Yeah, toughness, I mean, you know.
Yeah, well,
as you said, you can't recreate Hanoi Rocks.
Because Hanoi Rocks happened.
Yeah. It
just happened. It was natural. We grew up together. We were so young when we started, so... And that's also why the band split up, because of the drummer's death, you know.
Yeah.
Because Razzle died and Sammy left, and you know, it was like not the same anymore. It would have been like selling out or whatever. You know, we tried some guys and it was really weird. It didn't work out, and they tried to get some reunions and stuff, you know. A while ago, you know, there was an offer to go to Japan and do a tour for like $250,000 or something. And that's when I was really having a hard time, but everybody was calling me. I said, shame on you. You know? You can't let Hanoi rest in peace with Razzle. You know?
Right. So, well, things are going great now.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
seems like it. I'm real happy. You know, I'm ready for anything. You know, whatever's going to happen. I mean, you know, in a way, I kind of feel like I'm just starting myself, because Hanoi was like, in a way, it's like a good school. You know,
That's funny.
that. You know, that kind of was my.
Yeah, well, you
school.
deserve success,
Thank you.
and we appreciate you talking to us. All right.
Thank you. It's
Thanks.
nice being here. Nice talking to you. Thanks for listening.